even if you lose because of one member, don't blame him. It
Right.
is the team which has to accept the failure. And
Right.
if it is, even if it is a win because of one person,
Yeah.
no, it has to be everybody's win. But before
Yeah.
that, while in school, I was fascinated with playing hockey.
Ah.
uh, I was captain of the Society High School's team, and while I was being captain, it was the first time that we defeated Ahmednagar Convent School. And I remember the day I landed in Jamshedpur, it was Bihar Ban.
The same year in which India won first World Cup, you
Yeah,
had
yeah,
another
yeah.
battle going on for you.
Battle, another battle going on. So,
So great morning, audience. It's a matter of deep pride and contentment. I'll say pride and privilege for me to have today's guest with us. And today, for the first time, I'm going to talk to somebody who has been a mentor not only to me but I think to many HR senior, very senior HR professionals, HR and employee relations professionals in Pune, in Maharashtra, as well as outside Maharashtra as well. We are talking to Mr. Sunil Kode. He has been in the field of human resources and employee relations for more than 40 years. And I recall having spoken with quite a few HR professionals in the city of Pune, outside Pune as well, who confided to me, sir, I think, let me share with you, many people I spoke with, over last more than 10 years while being in the field of HRIR, who used to tell me that whenever they used to find some challenging moments in the field of employee relations, because I think anybody who has been even to some small extent connected with the field of employee relations knows for sure what we are talking about. It's something which can make or break an organization, and it's one of the
yeah.
most important parts of human resources and employee relations. So many people confided to me, sir, that whenever they used to feel like having some very, stalemate in their employee relation situations, whenever they used to feel something like, something which could be as serious a problem as if things are burning and they do not know how to advise to their, management stuff, how to guide their employees, how to talk to the people surrounding their environment, surrounding their institution, organization. They used to contact you, sir, and they used to ask for some time in order to have some tea or coffee. And I still recall that even I had done this, and sir always used to, despite his busy schedule, sir always used to invite people, welcome people. I recall at one moment in my career, I also asked for some time, sir, in order to have some coffee or tea with you. And I
Yes.
also invited my head of operations. We both came to Wilo's Mathur and Plant office in Pimpri Chinchwad, and sir gave us all the time. And then again we also took a round of the factory, and he shared a lot of nuggets of wisdom which I think have been guiding many HR professionals. So the audience, today we are talking to Mr. Sunil Kode, sir. He has been the vice president HR in Wilo Mathur and Plant Pumps Private Limited in Pune, and he has recently superannuated. In other words, I think though still the company is so much in love with him that the company still has retained him for guidance on many matters. But in other words, if so far Mr. Sunil Kode sir was working for one company, of course he used to advise many people. Now he is open to guide hundreds of companies. So this is one point which people can keep in mind. Before that, sir has worked in very well-known, respected organizations, multinationals like Sandvik Asia Limited, Bharat Forge Limited, and many other organizations over last more than 40 years. So today we are talking to somebody who has been, if we use a word in Hindi, there is a word in Hindi called Sankat Mochak. So whenever in the field of employee relations, people used to come across some very difficult situation, they used to come to sir and thinking that, sir, big harta hai, संकट मोचक हैं और उनको जो भी प्रॉब्लम्स है उसका कुछ अच्छा गाइडेंस तो मिलेगा, be it any aspect of labor laws or employee relations or any aspect of, whenever things used to go wrong between management and union, people used to come and people used to call him, or maybe many people used to come and talk to him in person. Thank you so much, sir. I know that words fall short today for the first time, because I know I'm talking to somebody who has been like a Bisham Pitama in the field of employee relations. It's my deep sense of pride, sir, today to have you as the guest. Thank you so much, sir, and welcome to this heart-to-heart conversation.
Thank you very much, Mr. Arun Singh. Thank you. I mean, this is the first time somebody has said Sankat Mochak. I mean, this is something new. I really feel honored to hear that.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank
Sankat
you
Mochak
very
and Big
much
Martha both. Yeah.
for inviting me to this heart-to-heart talk.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Sir, when you look back on your journey, which and I think let's start from that. So when you look back on your journey, which has spanned across more than 4 decades, and I'm pretty sure during this period you must have actually, without knowing yourself, actually you must have played this role of Bignaharta and Sankat Mochak for many HR professionals from various organizations. I'm saying so, audience, because I know for sure that often whenever I used to go and attend some of these HR and employee relations forums in Pune, outside Pune, sir always used to be there while moderating discussions, while being on the panel, while receiving and welcoming people, many senior HR professionals, and he always used to be there busily and heavily invested and busy in many of these very enriching forums, sir. And I often used to wonder if Sir has got more than 24 hours in his day's calendar, because he used to be busy while working as vice president and president HR in some of these organizations, and still he was always there when it came to providing guidance to people. So, sir, when you look back on your journey, which are those couple of thoughts which come to your mind, sir? It's a pretty enriching a journey, and I think it's a matter of great pride for you also. So, congratulations to you, sir, because having led such a successful stint and career for more than 4 decades is not an easy thing. I know many professionals who are kind of stuttering in between their careers. So you led such a great career for more than 4 decades. Which are those thoughts which come to your mind, sir? And then we'll pick up from there and proceed. Once again, thank you so much for
it's thank you for this, Mr. Arun Singh. It's basically my team which always allowed me to take even outside opportunities to guide people, interact with people, or even be associated with the professional organization or educational institutions. And my team used to take care of that. Excellent teams I had all throughout my career. Bosses has been good. Bosses allowed me even to go out of way. Okay, Sunil, the XYZ company is in trouble. I remember it was not only it is you really kind of you to have mentioned that you also met me, but I remember even couple of companies MDs also used to come.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
my bosses used to get surprised. Has he started consultancy sitting in my company office? But it was not so.
This was absolutely free. This is absolutely free. Of course, we all know that time is money. In that way, I'm pretty sure the sir was investing his time. But otherwise, I'm really very serious. It's a very special moment, sir, for me to reflect back. I think the site where Wilo's Mathur and Plat's office is located, that must be occupied. That must be visited by many people from outside Maharashtra, from Pune, from outside Pune as well. Many people used to be coming to you for seeking.
Yeah, two companies' offices were frequently visited by HR, other industries' HR colleagues, and MD or CEOs of the other colleague. One was of Sandvik Asia, and another one was of Wilo Mathur and Plat.
No, this is very insightful. Sir, while when we talk about those years in which you have sorted out many seemingly very difficult problems in the field of employee relations, I'm pretty sure that while talking to you, we are talking to a person who has never looked at a problem as a problem. He has looked at a problem as a challenge which has got an opportunity, and that's the way I think with this positive mindset of always, I think taken up all the challenges. Before we move there, I think I also noted one thing, that you have given entire credit to your team members and your manager. I think that's a very important point for all the HR professionals, employee relations professionals. I think let's learn this point that, I think this is the first lesson of humility, which even without sir having spoken about it, I think we are getting this message, sir. I think you have given entire credit to your team members and your manager. And I think that is where it all begins from. Sir, talking about the field of employee relations, sir, I'm pretty sure that you must have been in touch with many employee relations people, professionals, because I recall that whenever I used to
Yeah.
go to some of these forums, I used to talk to, I also used to meet some very senior professionals in Pune, outside Pune, for example, Mr. Shirish Kulkarni, and some very senior mentors I used to meet thanks to, my meeting with you. Which are those few qualities which you think any very good employee relations professional or HR professional should contain or must contain? I think one of this is humility, which we have got even before you said anything. But apart from that, which other qualities people should possess and think about?
For HR professionals, it is very important. They should work as business partners.
Business partner.
They should work as business. Their role is business partners. It is not only postpost job. Whatever union says or employees say,
Right,
take it
sir.
to the management, and whatever management say, take it, revert it back to the employees or union or the workers.
Right.
No, they have to be business partners. They have to think of how they can contribute in growth of business, and at the same time, well-being of the employees. So it has to be win-win situation.
Right, sir. Right, sir.
Then they should have analytical thinking, always promote for productivity, always
Mhm.
promote for productivity. When employees expect you to help them out with increase in their wages or salaries,
Right, sir.
white collar as well as blue collar, never feel shy to ask for what do I get in return
That's very important. That's very important.
for
Many
my
people,
organization. If you are asking for 1,000 rupees increase, how you are going to give me 10,000 rupees so that my company can earn 10% of profit, and that 1,000 can get compensated in the production
wow,
cost.
wow. No, this is very important, yeah, because
that
we
that
are all
is
working for the
that is
organization.
that is the key. Yeah. Our role, we are not the owners. We are not the owners of this organization. We are the custodians. We are the custodians. So we have to see that all the parties are benefited. It is
Mm-hmm.
not that you come under pressure from either union or you come under pressure from management.
Mm-hmm. Very important, very insightful point which sir has just shared. So it's all about, of course, talking to people, listening to the needs or demands of employees or requests of employees. And while doing so, we should never forget the fact that we are working for the organization, and we are not owning the
Yeah.
organization, right? So we are actually there to safeguard the interest of the organization, and then also to listen to the employees, which is very very powerful. And sir, I also feel that I think while looking at some of the very challenging projects which we have, which you have sorted out, I'm pretty sure we are going to talk about certain employee relations cases also. I think
Certainly.
people know you for your steely resolve, your determination, your commitment, and I think your entire body language. I recall whenever we used to go to meet you, we used to get a feeling that we are talking to somebody who is absolutely there in the battlefield of life and HR while still keeping that smile. And Samir sir, I had read that before you came to the field of HR, you wanted to join army, sir. I think it's something which many people might not be aware of. Would you like to share something about that era before you
Yeah,
came
yeah.
to corporate? Let's talk about that, and
Cer-
then we'll move back.
Certainly, Aaron. Yeah, you just opened up another thing of my memory box. Look, my grandfather was in police service,
Okay.
and as a child and as a grandchild, when I used to be with him, I used to see him so nicely dressed. Then when he used to go out of duty, or at times I used to visit the police stations or the headquarters where he used to work, the way he
Wow.
used to interact with people, handle the matters, and the accolades and the appreciations he got, and all, I was always fascinated. I also should
Uh,
get into uniform service. It was that. And okay, I did my schooling,
yeah.
I did my graduation, and at the last year of the graduation, I was fortunate enough to have got selected for the All India Leadership course, which was at Nainital, Bhawali, near Nainital of
Wow.
NCC.
Wow.
And I was all the time dreaming of getting into green uniform of army. So
Wow.
I made certain applications. I gave it to my father as I was to leave for the camp, and I left for the camp. After coming back, I kept waiting for few days for the replies. No replies. Then at the same time, I there were ad about Career Institute of Social Services for MSW with Labor Welfare and
Ah,
Personal Management. So I waited for the responses for my applications for army. No responses.
yeah,
Then one day I found all those envelopes
yeah.
which I prepared my applications for the lying in one box. My father did not post.
Oh my God.
He didn't wanted his son to get into army.
Okay.
So it was very disheartening. But nonetheless, I now never repent on that. Join MSW, and with the same zeal, I continued working even in HR and IR also. And what you said, I mean, okay, when you get into a stormy meeting, when you
Yeah.
walk into the meeting room, you cannot be going with your shoulders down and your
Shoulder drooping shoulders.
no, the moment union leaders see you while
Yeah.
entering you like that, they are going to really
I'm
pounce
not
upon.
going to
So so be
listen to when you
confident.
are going to talk about companies' needs. Yeah.
So your body language also has to communicate many
Yeah, no,
times.
this is important, sir. Today, on behalf of all the HR fraternity members from Pune, from outside Pune, let me thank your father with folded hands, because it's because of him that we got all the support that we got from you. So the universe has been conspiring so that you come and help all of us in the field of HR. So nice. So this is great. So can you think of any other moment, any other experience before you came to the field of corporate, any other thing? And for example, can we talk about the place where you come from, which place you belong to, where
I
your childhood
okay.
is?
I come from a place called Ahmednagar, which is around
Ah,
110 kilometers from Pune.
beautiful. Yeah.
Two 2 hours drive in present times.
Yeah, yeah.
And we are originally from that place. My father used to
Ah,
work in state government service. I studied in Ahmednagar Education Society's Gausa Firodi High School.
okay.
Known for having many students coming into the board merit and all. I
Ah,
studied there till 11th standard. I mean, mine was the last batch of 11 plus 4 pattern. So 11th was the higher secondary school examination, and then the pre-degree exam, pre-degree,
yeah.
first year, second year, third year. So 4 years degree course. I
Mm-hmm.
studied up to FY BCom in Ahmednagar College.
Right, sir.
Did wonderful job, more in NCC than in studies. And
Okay.
then my father got shifted to Pune. But before that, while in school, I was fascinated with playing hockey.
Ah,
Uh, I was captain of the Society High School's team, and while I was being captain, it was the first time that we defeated Ahmednagar Convent School.
Okay, so this is
Because
typical. I'm thinking about some of the movies like Joji Tawai Sikandar, where there are two schools. There is one convent English spoken school, and there
yeah,
is second school, and then
say, yeah.
the David beats the Goliath is kind of something like that.
and always Society High School used to get always beaten by convent
The
school.
past, yeah.
Right. So, but that was the time, it was a wonderful
You
team.
changed you turned it around, yeah, for
It
the
turned
first.
it around and we won Yadwalkar Shield for that. That was fantastic memories. And my headmaster was D.T. Nagarkar. He himself was a very good player. He used to play
Okay.
cricket. And one of our supervisor or vice deputy headmaster was Dede sir. They
Yeah.
used to always encourage me. Come on, Sunil. Come on, lead the team. You can do that. Please
Wow.
do this role. Whatever teammates you want to select, go ahead. Whatever facilities you
Mm.
require, and we we kept our word. We got the shield for the school.
So great,
And
sir. So
and
great.
in college, then when my father got transferred to Pune,
Yeah.
I came to Wadia College. And in Wadia
Pune.
College also, rather than studies, I was focusing more on NCC career since I wanted to get into army.
NCC, Army, of course, Army couldn't happen, but for all the right reasons in our case, so in this case,
Yeah.
so NCC, Army, hockey, I think very interesting new things, which I'm pretty sure many people from audience are going to discover today. And audience, please believe this is just the tip of the iceberg. We are going to discover a lot of new aspects of the personality of Kode sir, because just stay tuned and watch the entire video, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to talk a lot about the field of employee relations and some of these lessons which are very important to succeed. Very nice, sir. Sir, I saw one thing that you got mentored and supported by some of your teachers from that school when you used to be in NCC, when you used to play hockey, when you used to lead your team to win. And you passed on the same mentoring to many people in the field of HR and IR. It's like cascading
Yes,
effect of mentoring. It is so
it
good
was
to
a
see.
cascade.
It is so good to see. And also, sir, I recall, since you spoke about the game of sports of hockey, I recall when I was working in Tata Steel Limited. So once I had this opportunity to have dinner with the then managing director of Tata Steel, Mr. B. Muthurama. And I still recall one thing which he said. He said that, in my opinion, if somebody is not playing at least one form of sports, he can't be a good leader. He's not a leader. So I think, would you like to share something about some of the lessons which you got, which you still recall while playing hockey in those days? Because I think sports is very important an aspect, and that's what I learned from while talking to Mr. Muthuram. So would you like to throw some of this?
It is basically a couple of things. One is how you lead your team, how you take your team.
Yeah.
Even if you have weak link in your team,
Right.
how do you counsel him? How do you bring him to the expected level?
Right. Right.
And even if you lose because of one member, don't blame him. It is a team which has to accept the failure. And
Right.
even if it is a win because of one person,
Yeah.
no, it has to be everybody's win.
Yeah.
So these are the things, and always have that team spirit.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
very important for anything, for new project, or even aggression on the ground. Even if it is a center forward guy who is to get into this another half of the play opponent team, goalie also is equally important.
Very important, absolutely. I can see, sir, I've
Yeah.
got some pictures from your social media profile without
Oh.
asking you, without asking
Oh
permission.
my
And I can
God.
see that there are
Sir,
many pictures which are all about teamwork. I can see you surrounded by many people in various HR forums. It's all about teamwork. And I think it's a very important point, because this is a world where people talk a lot about competitiveness, cutting edge, cutthroat competition and all that. And there are so many people who just want to pursue their ambition. I want to earn this salary per month by this year. I want to be in this position and all, and kind of stuff. And somewhere in the race, over some time, they forget the power of teamwork. Because I've seen many of such cases where actually the rest of the team members do not see this person as a good team member. So I think it's very important an aspect where we all have to learn the art and science of working as a great team member. I think that's the secret, one of the secrets of being successful. Very nice. And very nice. And sir, so we spoke about hockey, and then NCC. I think I recall that while I was doing my engineering before I came to the field of HR from Birla Institute of Technology, I also was in NCC. And I recall those days when we used to, do parade and some of these things. And I also recall people who, while doing the parade, they used to move their same in the right hand and right leg together. I also saw remember those
very funny.
awkward.
Yeah.
Would you like to share some of one or two instances from NCC, or something which you like to share, some observations which you got, or some lessons which you would like to share from the team of NCC? Because I think you have spent
NCC, yeah, there were guys who used to even take right hand and right foot at the same time
which is very
forward,
different.
and the way the NCC officer or the defense personnel who used to be NCC officers used to shout and make fun on the ground. It was very funny, but then as senior under officer, we really have to cajole those guys, tell
Yeah.
them. I mean, it is simple way of walking. Even in normal course also, we don't take
Just be
the right
normal.
leg and
Be at ease.
right.
Sir, in our days in BIT Mishra, actually you used a very polite word. In our days in BIT Mishra, we also had some couple of people from army who used to be our instructor. They used to abuse us. They used to abuse those people in very dirty words, those who used to do it wrongly. So I think some of these lessons of discipline and being in the moment and being tough, I think these are some of the things which NCC must have taught you. Yeah, go on. So sorry, you were saying something.
And even the turnout. I mean, the way people used to wear cap or the belt, or used to hold the gun, and when we have to give the salute, I mean, how the gun has to be held and all that. People used to hold it exactly the reverse way. It used to be funny, or the certain discipline one has to follow on the firing ground. And so people used to get banging for that. But it was, even I too have got banging for certain things for the playing on the firing field. When I destroyed the target frame, they say it was not expected.
Probably, yeah, they might have used some words and all that, which we can't use here. So,
But it used to be fun.
this is very interesting. I think these are some of the moments in life which actually train us to be that a strong-willed and cooperative and supportive and guiding Dr. Sunil Kode, Mr. Sunil Kode, that you finally became. Sir, I think I used the word doctor. I think you are pursuing your PhD. Would you like to share something, or is it done? Could you like to talk a bit about the topic?
Yes, I have, while working, I always felt we should do some higher education, and that was my father's wish. My father was graduate, uh, very old timer, and he always wanted me to study more than what he learned. He wanted me to be postgraduate. I did my post graduation from Karbi Institute of Social Services. I did MSW. Then I did my diploma in labor laws and labor welfare from Symbiosis. And in the year 2016, some colleagues of mine, they suggested, why not you take doctorate. Even some directors of some institute also suggested, it would be good if you pursue your studies, do PhD. And that was the time me and my wife both of were talking. She also registered at the same time, and I also registered for at the same time in 2016. And both of us, we earn our PhD doctorate in 2021.
Oh, you got it. You got the PhD.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So we can call you Dr. Sunil Kode, sir. I think, sir, you have been so humble, so polite. I went to your LinkedIn profile. There is no mention of, I think, many of these things. At a time when people fail their LinkedIn profile with a lot of things which are actually not true. I think here is sir who has given yet once again the lesson of humility. Oh, yes. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I think what is even more important for us to take a note of is that you and your wife went for this together. I think this is awesome. And I think probably this is for the first time that I'm hearing that a couple of both of you at certain juncture in your life and career, when you already have served more than 35 years, you decided to go for this PhD. And I think that brings me to the topic of learning. So audience, please, I think if you feel like, just pause this video here and take a couple of minutes time, take a deep breath in, close your eyes and think back. And just think back as when was the last time when you got something new, some new degree, some new qualification, some new learning. So even if it was an online course, I think in today's times I have seen people who are learning something new with every passing day and passing week, and every passing week. Actually, sir, I have been doing a program on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday in the morning, as between 5:30 to 6:30, where many corporate people have started joining, where we talk about 5 things, and learning is one of the most important aspects. Because what I've seen is that when things are okay, जब जिंदगी में सब ठीक ठाक चलता है, सारा कंफर्ट जोन आ जाता है, जो सीखने की इच्छा होती है सबसे पहले चली जाती, मर जाती है वो. And I've seen many people, sir, who have suffered because of this, because of the fact that for maybe 10 years or maybe more than 10 years, when things were going okay, they stopped learning. They didn't learn a single, maybe they didn't attend a single course, and they left everything to HR, to the organization. For some reason, HR also got busy in something else, and then in that case, people actually should have taken the full accountability for their own growth and development and learning. So these are the 7 things on which I do some one-to-one coaching, and I also include these in the morning sessions, where I say that first of all, while thinking about the current status, feel great, because irrespective of which condition, which situation, which stage in life you still have got at least 50, 100 blessings which you can count. It's just a matter of you sitting and writing it down. That's very important. To start on a very positive note. Second thing, mindset. When it comes to mindset, there are 3 aspects. One is learner's mindset, winner's mindset, and positive mindset. Always stay positive. Keep that. You spoke about this posture. Keep that posture. And winner's mindset is all about looking at challenges and looking at actually opportunities. Where people get afraid of seeing challenges, actually winners look for, they see their spot opportunities. And learner's mindset is something which you spoke about. I think, sir, we are talking to somebody who is one of the best when it comes to all these secrets of transformation, छोटे मुंह बड़ी बात कर रहा हूँ sir. I think it's
नहीं
again
नहीं, ऐसा ऐसा कुछ
valid.
नहीं है. I
It's very
also learn
valid.
lot of things from you.
No, sir. I think I agree. Again, the third thing is all about habits. So that's the reason I conduct these sessions in the morning as because I always tell people that if you can just build one habit, and that is to spend some time every single day before you start your day, while reflecting, while learning from yesterday, from some of the interactions with people which you had, just reflect back and think about one lesson which you can get. And so this is the way that people actually build this mindset of learner. What it means is that they start learning with every passing day. And then I think that's something which I thought of while talking about a PhD degree. And of course, it's very important for people to know their meaning, their purpose of life, their vision is very important. To set goals is very important so that people are not distracted in a world which is full of distractions, OTT, IPL, this and that. There are so many people who must have completed 30, maybe more than 60 IPL matches. They must be spending 3 hours every single day in the evening while watching IPL. And there are people who are studying for their PhD. That's what differentiates, I think, one group of people who are small in number, who are winners, from a large number of people. And of course, health is very important. And I tell people that even if you miss all the first 6 aspects, just have the right coach, not a coach who is taking rented luxury cars in the backdrop to get photo shoot done. Get a right coach and everything else will change. And audience, in case you want some kind of coaching, some kind of consulting, some kind of guidance, sir is there now available for hundreds of companies. I'm pretty sure that sir must be working for Windows Master and Plat even now on certain areas. I know that they are not going to leave you so easily. Levels, yes. Having said that, now you are there for hundreds of companies, so this is a great opportunity for you to approach, sir. Thank you so much, sir. It's an amazing experience for me to talk to. Once again, I think congratulations to ma'am also, because this is an amazing example which you shared.
Sure, I will convey it to her certainly. Thank you.
Let me take some pictures. Sir, is it right picture? Yeah, this is a picture.
Yes, this is a right picture. Yeah, this I don't know where from you got it.
This is a picture where social media. So I think Facebook. In the backdrop, I see a picture is there. Would you like to share something about it, sir?
Yeah, this is a HR Achievement Award, Appreciation Award given by the Kolhapur HR professional body.
Wow.
For the contribution, because in Wilo we had one very nice manufacturing unit in Kolhapur.
Okay.
And this was after my retirement. They gave me, and they invited me and my wife as well, and gave this particular award. This was an appreciation of the contribution made to the industrial relations and HR all throughout my career.
Such an inspiring picture, sir, because I also talk often a bit about the power of family, the support which we get from family, which we can't express in words. And I can see that the way both of you are smiling, and both of you started studying for PhDs together. Both of you got your certifications, I think, together in the same year. It's an amazing. I think someday I would love to come and meet both of you together.
You're most welcome.
Maybe sometime both of you can come as the guest, maybe over sometime in case you get time. I know you're going to be very busy. Very nice. Sir, amazing. Sir, if you are talking to you, I'm pretty sure the audience is going to expect certain memories from you when you handled some of the most complex employee relations. Would you like to share one or two nuggets of wisdom and lessons which you think people should follow? And I think taking a step back, first of all, let's talk about why do you think, sir, many companies feel agitated, scared, angry, threatened, and panicked whenever they hear that a union has been formed. So let's start from there. I think unionism is something which is a part of. And so would you like to share us how organizations can manage unions in a better way than they are managing?
Yeah, there we have to see the structure of the organization also. Now there are in India many organizations are there, or even in other European countries also. These companies are formed by one individual. They bring it to a certain level. While the organization is growing under their leadership, they recruit so many people, and the recruitments are at very personal level. But even the workers are also recruited by them, and they feel, oh, it is an organization. It is not the organization. They say it's the family which I have built. And the moment workers form a union, they say, I am father of this organization, and now you are choosing another father, and there the dispute starts. That is in case of proprietary organization. In case of professional organizations, where MD also is an employee, and of course, the HR persons are always employees in all this organization.
Right,
But
sir.
the MD says, "Oh, is my leadership so weak that union workers have formed a union and challenging me?" But
Mm.
let us keep it in mind. When companies have right to choose a MD,
Yeah.
workers also have right to form a union,
Mm.
decide their leadership,
Yeah.
and why companies should be immune, or they should be angry anti-union. It's always
Mm.
better,
Yeah.
rather than talking to 500 or 5,000 workers. It is always better to talk to a group of 10 or 20 workers,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
convince them, take them on board on your business plans. try
Yeah.
to try to settle the issues across the table, rather than taking it on the ground or taking it on the streets.
Yeah.
Always better to have discussions, constructive discussions, positive
Very true.
discussions across the table, and resolve the issues. So
Very true.
companies should not be immune to the unions.
Yeah, I think
They
sir,
should not.
just
Yeah.
taking a little pause, sir. I think you said a while ago that we are not the owner of the company. We are working
Yeah.
for the company. So this is something which people have to get in their head. They are not the
Yeah.
kings. The days are gone. The kings and emperors and all. We're not emperor. We are also working for
Yes.
the company, and that's what top leadership team
Yeah.
has to get in here. Yeah, right, sir. Please continue. Yeah.
That's true. And even for union leaders as well. Earlier union leaders who, I do not want to name any union leaders, but we know the history. There are union leaders who used to think, I am the one who not only runs that particular industry, but
Yeah.
the city or the state or the country. They used to behave like
Hmm.
that. But
Hmm.
those days are gone. Now workers, they will decide, they will talk to a union leader, external union leader, take his advice, and next agreement, if somebody shows them a carrot, oh, I can give you better benefits,
Yeah.
they will disown the earlier advisor, and they will
Ah.
go to the new advisor or external union leader. So they are also
Hmm.
choosy. So union leaders also has to think they have to contribute towards the growth of the organization and workers' well-being.
Mm-hmm.
They
I think,
cannot take
sir,
it for granted that they are the kings or the
very,
owners.
very important. And I think it's a lot of wasted personal interests also come because I think the union leaders also might be looking at it as an opportunity to build their political, their social, I don't know what kind of power.
Yes,
We all get some idea.
yes,
So I think
yes,
that's where it becomes very complex because I think both the sides are not exactly looking at it objectively. There are a lot of threads which are getting connected, right?
that
Personal
is true.
ambition,
That
this and that. Yeah.
that's true.
Very interesting. Sir, what do you think? So this is one thing which people should take care of, that it should
Yes.
not be a matter of personal ego. It's all about the organization and being objective. What other two or three points which you think, which you would like to suggest to leaders, from both the sides, so that unionism in India or for that matter,
Yeah.
anywhere across the world becomes better and easier to manage, or some of the lessons or whatever. Or maybe you can directly talk about some cases also. Yeah.
Yeah, uh, it's very important for HR professional to understand. As I said earlier, I mentioned earlier that even a single rupee, what you should get 10 rupees in exchange in
Hmm.
terms of productivity. The issues has to be addressed there and then only. Don't keep the issues lingering. If you keep the issues boiling, it may explode sometime,
Explore.
and then it becomes an uncontrollable situation.
Hmm.
So we talk of open door policy, anybody is free, but implement it in reality. Even if it is the lowest category of employee, that is a sweeper,
Right.
I will not dare to say he is the lowest category, because he can make our life miserable if you don't come for a week in the office.
Absolutely. The
But even if you,
message gonna stink and gonna start stinking.
yes, yeah,
Absolutely.
but even if he walks into your cabin with his grievances,
Yeah.
you patience hear him,
Wow.
respect him as a human being,
Yeah.
not as one of the employee. He may be one of the employee, but we don't know, in that sweepers community he may be one of the most prominent personality in the society.
It's all about respecting people and not assuming something. You're absolutely
Yeah,
right, sir.
yeah.
Yeah,
He,
yeah, yeah.
he, he, he he may be well respected person in the sweepers community
Hmm.
outside, or he may be chief of the sweepers community in Pune or Maharashtra, and tomorrow he may give a call, oh, this company is treating people of my category like this, boycott, don't, nobody should go to this company, what will happen?
Yeah. This is very interesting.
Same,
Yeah.
same thing is with the blue collar workmen as well.
Yeah.
So whomsoever comes to you, treat them as a human being.
Human. Mm.
Treat
Very,
them,
very important.
treat them respectfully.
Very important. So this
Try,
reminds me,
yeah, try resolving the issues immediately. Don't keep it boiling.
don't keep it boiling. Try
And
to listen.
even if it is 1 rupee loss of increment to that person, he carries that bitter feeling all throughout his career in the organization, that this company has put me to the loss of 1 rupee a day. When we say 1 rupee a day, it is 30 rupees a month.
Mm. Mm. Yeah,
It
yeah,
is
yeah.
it is 360 rupees a year.
Yes, yeah.
And then he calculates how many years, how many rupees it would be in 40 years service, how much would be the gratuity on that, how much would be the provident fund on that. So
Mm.
look at it from their perspective.
People say that, sir, compounding is the eighth wonder in life, eighth wonder, and they must be compounding it. They must be using the
Yeah,
calculating
yeah,
power of compounding. So it
yeah,
must be
and
32 lakh and all that. They are very good at calculation.
yeah, and this is what a person, he was from Aligarh. He was an ordinary worker. He taught me, sir, when I come to you to ask for my increment, why I'm giving 1 rupee less, sir, ये
Mm.
calculation बनता है मेरा.
See how logical they are. I think we
Yeah,
must respect people, and they have got very
yes,
common sense, very good calculating power, and they
yeah.
deserve self-respect, which is very important.
So
They deserve respect from this.
yeah, that was an excellent learning for me.
This is very beautifully explained. So this example is great. Sir,
So HR professionals should not forget these aspects when they deal.
Every penny is important. So they should
Yeah,
be logical, I think, rather than they even 1 rupee can matter so much. So they have to. It's better that they are logical. They have some calculations. I think market, what is
yeah.
inflation and market and all. I think HR is all about HR being very informed, logical, and intelligent in terms of making it objective, isn't it, sir? I think that's something which may.
Yeah, it's a dynamic thing. We cannot have it laid down, everything laid down in the books. You
Yeah.
just pick up the book, read it, and no, it is not like that.
It's not going to work. I think that's the reason, sir, many HR professionals, employee relations professionals used to interact with you, and they are going to come to even in larger number now. Once they know that you can get some more time, they can get some more
Welcome.
information.
Yeah,
But that's an amazing thing, that because it's not available in books. Actually, sir, when it comes to employee relations, you do not get very good books also in India. Mostly you get labor laws and some books which have got the technical aspects. But when it comes to this psychological aspect, this example of 1 rupee, I think, sir, I'm going to ask you a question. Of course, I'll ask the question later on about the book, if you write a book on your life and journey. So we'll come to that. It's very interesting. When I think the country
yeah.
needs some more good books on employee relations, sir. And I think it's people like you who can. And of course, we can join and we can create. So very interesting. I recall, sir, I have been working closely with Mr. Makaran Deshpande, who was the ex-CHRO. He's pretty well-known face in Pune and outside. He belongs to Aurangabad, but he has worked for many companies in Pune, Thermax and some of these companies.
Yeah.
And Skoda. He used to tell me, Arun, yeah, I think we keep on interacting almost every month. He tells me, Arun, union has to be very strong if you ask me. Even if the union has got 10 members, the 10 members as a team should wield influence on the rest of the employees. That's the first condition. And second condition, as a management, as HR, you should have similar influence on union. That rapport is important. If you just fulfill these two conditions, things are going to be good. Otherwise, there will be anarchy. And
It is true.
yeah, and for I think for HR to have this kind of rapport building with union, it needs a lot of some of these qualities which you spoke about. Analytical skills, rapport, trust, respecting people, being humble, and some of these things and of course being pretty strong and positive, which you spoke about, which is also very nice. So this is great, sir. And sir, talking about the field of HR and employee relations, would you like to talk about one or two experiences, real life experiences, which will inspire people, which will give some lessons to people? Something I'm pretty sure that you have
Sure.
started out hundreds of cases, but we can talk about one or two cases here, sir. Yeah, we
Yeah,
may
one
not
or
take
two
name if
cases,
you do not
certain.
like, but other, yeah.
Yeah. I will not certainly not quote the name of the companies. My first job, comfortably working in Pune, safe zone. All my professional colleagues from other companies or all that are always there to support and all.
That's
All of a sudden, I was told by management to visit Jamshedpur, which was part of Bihar.
wow. Oh, I think this is the fourth
Now,
revelation. One of the many revelations for our audience. I think many people might not be knowing
yes,
that it also has been in Jamshedpur, which is eastern part of India, Tata Nagar.
yeah. And Jamshedpur, that time it was known to be very notorious full of notorious union activities and all that. And we had a manufacturing unit over there with workmen, and
Hmm.
those workmen had gone on strike, and I was
Okay.
told, go and resolve that situation.
From Pune to Jamshedpur, totally
Pune to
different
Jamshedpur,
cultures.
yeah, different culture, and
Yeah,
that was the first job, and within a span of first 2 years was this. That was sometime in 83,
yeah. Yeah.
83,
Oh,
yeah.
oh.
And I remember the day I landed in Jamshedpur, it was Bihar Bandh.
The same year in which India won first World Cup. In
Yeah,
fact,
yeah,
another
yeah.
battle going on for you.
Another battle going on.